Yeah, looks like Vin won't join today either. Shame. Fissile Molar. Yes, sir. Here we go. Euclid. SCP-1885 is contained in a lead-lined concrete sleeve conforming to standards used to dispose of spent nuclear fuel rods. This sleeve is further contained in a blast safe graded as sufficient to withstand a 1-ton explosion. After 3 months, SCP-1885 is to be removed from its sleeve in order to take samples and determine the current composition and fissile state of its core. All sampling and testing of SCP-1885 is to be performed via robot. Following Incident A, personnel who are fully edentulous are preferred to staff the facility containing SCP-1885, and all researchers assigned to SCP-1885 are to have all the teeth extracted prior to being transferred to the site. All the teeth extracted? That's okay. Regardless of the number of teeth they have, all personnel assigned to the facility containing SCP-1885 are required to undergo a full dental exam no less frequently than once every 3 months. This was called Molar. Yeah, of course. SCP-1885 appears to be a human third molar. However, the enamel and cementum are composed of a dense ceramic-like substance with a radiation shielding capacity comparable to 3 times its thickness of lead. Efforts are underway to replicate the substance. Additionally, the dentin is composed of purified uranium-235, neptunium-237, plutonium-240. So it's actually americium-241. 241. Every 17 months, the dentin will spontaneously be replaced by an equivalent volume of an isotope of the next element on the periodic table. Plus minus 10 days, so okay. The pulp has been placed by an unknown substance which has resisted all attempts to take a sample of it. Due to radioactive interference from the dentin, it has not been possible to perform any non-invasive scans of the pulp. The ceramic forming the enamel and cementum has several holes in it, exposing the dentin and pulp in a pattern similar to cavities caused by dental caries. Despite being exposed to the outside environment and emitting radiation consistent with normal radioactive decay, there has been no measurable decrease in the mass of volume of the dentin, aside from sampling performed by the Foundation. Samples removed from SCP-1885 act and decay identically to isotopes recovered from non-anomalous sources and are not transformed when SCP-1885 next activates. However, any missing volume in the dentin is filled by the new element. Incident A. On the 3rd 7th 2000, Doctor, a researcher assigned to SCP-1885 was diagnosed with stage 3 laryngeal cancer and stage 4 oral/mandibular cancer. Standard medical examination revealed that Dr. left lower second molar was emitting ionizing radiation. The tooth was extracted under hazardous materials protocol and dissected. Although the enamel was normal, the dentin and pulp had been replaced by Lawrencium-262. Despite the rapid decay rate of Lawrencium-262, the contents of the tooth did not diminish or decay into lighter elements, despite emitting radiation consistent with such decay. Lawrencium-262 has a half-life of approximately 3.6 hours. So it probably stayed around much longer. After 37 months of containment, the Lawrencium in -2 was neither replaced by a different element, nor were the removed samples refilled. -2 was fully hollowed out on the 5th 12th 2000 and has remained inert since that time. Doctor, course of treatment for the cancers included extensive surgical excision of the tumors and aggressive chemotherapy. Radiation therapy was considered to be too great of a risk considering the properties of SCP-185. However, Dr. did not survive treatment. None of his teeth extracted during the surgical excision or recovered during his autopsy have developed any anomalous properties. No! I'm powering through. We're already finishing our 6th SCP of today. The following memo was written by Dr. shortly before his death. SCP-185 and those working with it must be monitored regularly. I've been told that my tooth contained a radionuclide several steps further up the chain from SCP-185's current position. And if this happens again, we must be prepared. Be prepared! Even at its current rate of progression, in less than 30 years, SCP-185 will begin producing radioactive elements we have never before seen. If copies of it appear that start even higher up the chain, we won't have a great deal of time before these become dangerous, not just to individuals such as in my situation, but entire populations. The original tooth may have a durable shell, but what if none of the subsequent ones do? Dental enamel isn't that difficult to crack, relatively speaking, and we cannot allow someone to walk around with a miniature nuclear warhead in their mouth. Doctor, why not? It sounds reasonable to me. It sounds reasonable to me that you have some radiation inside your mouth that doesn't fade away. Well, everything froze for a minute. What did you say after powering through? Wow, really? You missed everything? Well, I finished reading the 6th SCP, and that's basically what I said. I just said currently finishing the 6th SCP of today, and then I read the rest of it. Okay, I need to check something real quick. Hopefully it doesn't make a noise. It does not. Hey, doopa doopa jam. Yeah, it seems like the bitrate is just too high. I'm probably have to lower it down eventually. Because I wonder if that's the reason why it froze for you. Yeah, put the bitrate to. Which one was my favorite thus far? I would say. Oh wait, hold on. Now I fucked myself over. Let me just get my text thing back out. Here we go, and back to this. I would say Madame Rezzarta and her amazing palm reader is definitely very fascinating. Because it's like an SCP that's a victim, you know? We don't have many of those. Gem of Aspects is pretty fun, though, too. Especially if you like Greek mythology, or if you like Alexander the Great and all that. Yeah, those are definitely some good ones. It's a shame that Win1 isn't here because my Wi-Fi is acting up. Don't worry, it's on my end, I think. Gotcha. It's a shame that Win1 isn't here because there was a Marshall Carl Dark SCP called the MCND television. But yeah. Yeah, we haven't had a lot of victim SCPs. It's a very rare sight.